We want to move on to the next topic here, and I know this is going to be something that Kiko maybe isn't as excited about as Optical and I to talk about, but we got to talk about something that was pretty interesting, right? This
I'm gonna go wash my car. I'll be right
yeah,
back.
right. And maybe excitement is not the right word, because I don't feel excited looking at this, and I want to start with this as the host of the show. I want to bring this up. So, a lot of people sent, not a lot, but several people sent me this morning. They said, "Will, look, Toys R Us put out a Joel from The Last of Us from the HBO show. What do you think about it?" And they were like, "It looks pretty decent, right? It looks pretty good." And the more I looked at it, first off, I was like barely awake when I first looked at it. I was like, nah, something's not right. Like in terms of my vision, I got to wake up a little bit and then look at it again. So then I came back and looked at it like an hour later, and I was like, something's not right here. something is desperately wrong. And
You texted me twice about it.
yeah, I did, and I said it to Optical too. I was like, nah. I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. So, look, guys, we don't know the price of this yet, as far as I'm aware. I've not seen it listed. I've not owned a Toys Era figure. Other people, I think on this, I know Kiko has, Optical, I think maybe has, but there are some people that have some Toys Era figures that are really, really good. Personally, I've never seen a Toys Era figure myself in hand that I thought was exceptional. Maybe the Call Obsidian that Kiko had, the infamous Toys one, that is really Toys Era. Look, I'm not a hater of theirs. I'm just saying that I guess I need to see a little bit more, because this Joel to me, I just feel really not great about it. And and again, I think we've established this on many shows. Optical, I'll start with you. I think we tend to be more forgiving of characters we love into figure form, not less forgiving, not harsher. I think we tend to be like willing to overlook flaws. Like that Scorpion, I'll be like, you know what? I could pose those joints away because I love the character. If I didn't love the character, I wouldn't be willing to do that, to make that sacrifice. Optical, we own the CC Toys Joel and Ellie. They weren't great figures, but they were Joel and Ellie, right? And they were our only option. But when I look at this, look at the tailoring on this. Look where the sleeves are on the hands. Look how baggy the coat is. There's some really good things about this. His face almost looks like shrunken or something. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't mean to, again, disparage Toys R Us and the work they do, but I'm just looking at this, and it just looks like Kiko said about the Ghostbusters. It just looks really cheap. It looks, unfortunately, the seamless arms are great. I love that. He looks better here without the coat on. But the head, maybe this can be tweaked. Optical, I'll let you go on this one. I'll get off my little soapbox here, but I'm not crazy about this. So what do you think? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think collectors should jump on this, or should they be patient? Because obviously we're getting more Joels. I'll share the Mars Toys as well. Mars Toys put out a render. They're making one as well. What do you think, Optical, about this and just the Joel in general?
See, this is the beauty of where we're at right now compared to when we buy the CC Toys Joel. We didn't have
Right.
a choice. Because
Nope.
right now there's third-party companies. Let's just assume third-party companies are only gonna make Last of Us. The reason we jumped on that CC Toys is because there's no one else making it. Now we got Mars Toys, potentially So-So, and maybe just we're kind of hoping that 3-0 would tackle them, right? Because HBO and TV series, and maybe 3-0 would jump in. But now, if this was like 2019, maybe I would have said, you know what, I'll squint my eyes and just purchase this, just put it on a horse or something, because I love the character that much, and I'm willing to, because I have no other option. Like my other option is not to have a Joel. And with my photography, I can probably put him in the dark or something like that. I don't know, like do a shadow on half of his face and make him look good, make him look, dramatic and all that stuff. But you can see the flaws. Like the head looks like it's like wide, like on the eyes area, like the gap between like the corner of his eyes to his ear looks like it's just wide. I don't know why. The face is could use some work. Let's just put it that way. I don't think if you love The Last of Us like we do, even us, like I don't think we need to jump on this right away, even without an option, because there's so many things right now. So even if you like The Last of Us, and like, oh man, I've been wanting a Joel. I guess the solution here is you buy the Mandalorian and use that head sculpt. I don't know, would that work? With the skin tone work? I don't know. Is that even a better option? I don't know, but you can use some pieces, like the forearms is good. Like the outfit, I guess, for the most part is good. If you can, get away with that jacket, this one looks good. Now, depending on the price as well, how much is this going to be for? Because it says on the bottom, premium edition. So can you imagine the non-premium edition? So
Terrifying
how
thought.
Like, how much is this gonna be? 220 because it's quote unquote premium. So at that point, would you rather add $60 and get Kang the Conqueror because that's not premium enough? So that plays a factor as well. I don't know how much this is going to be, but even if it is, let's say 150 in the premium edition is 180, which is kind of reasonable. I want to see what the other guys have to offer, and then I'll make my decision there. But so far, cool. They made it. It's an option, but yeah, no.
Well, Optical, and I want to see, man, because Mars Toys only put out a render, and they said next month there should be a pre-order to see a little bit more. Mars Toys has made some really, really nice stuff so far, so I'm really excited to see this. Yeah, that Joker, that Romero Joker looks phenomenal. Yeah, people are going crazy for that Optical. So, look, I think you're right. I think with the popularity of The Last of Us booming, I think this is going to be one that we are going to have options. For one, we already know Lim Toys are making the game versions. So we know they're making Joel and Ellie, and they're supposed to be up for PO this month. So that could drop any time now, maybe early next month, right? So I think, personally, I think collectors should hold out because I think you're going to have options. You're going to have Mars Toys. You're probably going to have a licensed company jump in at some point, maybe 3-0 or I don't think Hot Toys. Probably, I don't think they would touch this, but probably 3-0 or someone along those lines. So I guess we'll see. But Kiko, what do you think? Should collectors be patient about this? These Joels we're seeing, because I mean, Mars Toys is coming up soon too, but all we have right now is a render.
If you think this looks good, then go ahead and get those Ghostbusters because they're essentially the same. I said that to me it looks like Lee Evans. I was like, the face is so square and boxy. It looks like they got punched in the face. It's very, very odd to me. And kind of what Optical was saying is like, well, you can take this. You should not be paying $220 plus to kit bash yourself. That's the thing, is that you should never have to buy pieces to make your own thing. Just wait. I know I'm the guy that says, well, just wait for the definitive version. This is not the issue of, oh, I'm just going to wait for the real version. This is not an option, for you to get, because there's better options coming out there. If you're a huge fan of The Boys, are you really going to be like, well, Star Ace is out right now, but let me go ahead and get that. I mean, I feel like that's night and day to where that the product is just not up to par and that something else better is coming. That's the difference, is that to me, this does not mean enough to me. Like I had said, I'm not the biggest Last of Us honk as you are, but to pay that much for something this subpar in an outfit, once again, like this goes back to like the Nathan Drake stuff. This does not jump out at me and be like, oh man, look at the guy in the flannel sweater. That's awesome. That just doesn't do enough for me. And I'm not paying $230 for something that looks not well. And just so I can say I have that, not going to be it for me. I really hesitate, or I'm hesitant to tell anybody to say, hey, this is the option. Because I honestly think Toys R Us has peaked. I told you this morning, and they've really gone downhill with a lot of some of their options. Maybe they're having a little bit tighter regulations on getting around, some of the licensing and such, and they have to be tweaking things to where it definitely doesn't get flagged on people's radars. But I feel like this is a huge miss if you're a Last of Us. I mean, the biggest thing is that they have another great third-party name. That's
The Last Father.
I know. You will always get an absolute gold mine of third-party names. I will never be disappointed in those, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool on the forearms, though.
Look, yeah, the forearms are cool. I'm glad that they're doing this, and I think Hot Toys will eventually have to step up and do similar with other figures because of these like the Nathan Drake, for example, the Lim Toys. There's no issue with that figure. It looks great, right? And it has seamless forearms and it looks fantastic. And like you said, Kiko, I get what you're saying. If you don't have a connection to the character, it's not as presence commanding as someone like Kang, right? Who has this colorful outfit and this blue face. It's just Nathan Drake in a blue shirt, right? With some Explorer stuff going on. But with Joel, I just feel like there's so many issues here. I mean, I'm looking at the tailoring of the coat, even the shirt, the body doesn't look right. The face looks a little bit boxy. Like, I just think there's a lot of concerns here. And even for the price you're paying, I think maybe Toys R Us can fix it. And again, I know they've done some good work with other figures. I've not seen one yet where I'm just like, man, that's the figure right there. Where I can look at it.
I'm really interested to see, for all these Joels coming out, no one's really put out an Ellie yet from the show.
Yeah, so right.
Let's see which set essentially ticks the most boxes.
Well, I think Lim Toys is going to do it with the game versions first. The game versions they're going to kill that. I think they're going to, because Lim Toys has a good track record. Like that Arthur Morgan, I look at on my shelf, not just because I love the character. I'm like, damn, that's a figure right there. Or the Game Toys Cloud and Sephiroth, like those are good figures. Like that's Pop Toys Scorpion. It's die cast. Like, dude, This just doesn't scream that type of quality to me. But anyway, guys, let us know in the comments below what you're thinking about these, because Mars Toys, hey, I'm excited for Mars Toys. I want to see what they're going to do.